Guys, today we've got one of the most hyped and limited collaborations of all time returning. There's a ton more Yeezys available now, and apparently the Nike Off White 10 collection is coming back. Welcome to Sneaky Sundays. We have an absolute mind-blowing episode today. But of course, let's hop into a quick release recap, which is going to be very quick because not that much dropped, to be honest. We had the brown Jouns, that was an easy pass for me. We had the Sabrina 2s, the Doom Red 13s, pair of Air Forces, the Nike AF1s, and the Union Nike Field General. That was a limited Union exclusive release. So I don't know, let me know what your latest sneaker pickups have been over the week, but let's just hop into the upcoming stuff because we've got a lot to get into. So kicking us off, I've got a few updates on releases that are happening relatively soon. Starting off with the Nike Stussy LD1000 collaboration. This is the Action Green colorway. It's now going to be dropping July the 19th. So I don't think that we've seen that much hype around this silhouette, but I do think it's it's 100% an iconic pair of shoes that's going to be coming back. Obviously, Nike doing a Stussy collaboration to launch this model back into circulation is a pretty good idea. Not too keen on this green colorway, but I'm sure they're going to be dropping plenty of others. Maybe we even get an OG pair as well. Either way, we don't even have official images yet, so this is all we've got, but yeah, let's keep it moving. Action Bronson has been steadily teasing his upcoming New Balance collaboration, which I just feel like some people are going to absolutely hate this sneaker. So this is the New Balance Minimus Trail. I believe it's some kind of like, you know, barefoot style hiking shoe. And yes, this is in Action Bronson colors. We've got like very similar to what he did on the 990 V6, the blues and the, you know, the different colored laces. It's definitely a polarizing sneaker model that is probably not for the average everyday person. I mean, it looks incredibly comfortable, and I think it'd be interesting to see what people's reactions are to it. In fact, let me know yours down in the comment section, but yeah, these are probably dropping very, very soon, potentially even a July release. Sticking with Action Bronson and New Balance, we are going to be getting another release of the 1906R collaboration, both colorways. We've got the blue one, and then we've also got this rosewater colorway. So I think they had a very limited release through Action Bronson's website, but the full, you know, kind of global release is going to be happening on July the 12th. So this was a pair that I think a lot of people were after, and I believe they're reselling for a decent amount because it was so limited. But yeah, I think we all knew that it was going to have a wider release at some point, but now we finally know, July the 12th. The Nike Air Max Sunder is going to be debuting or returning on July the 11th, and that is this Canyon Gold colorway. This is kind of like the OG ones coming back, and I think they're going to be doing a plethora of different colorways further down the line. I think it's a model that I think a decent amount of people are actually going to be after, myself included. I definitely want to try this sneaker model out. I've never tried it before. I think it looks really cool. And we also got an update on the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 RM. This kind of like the remastered, I forget what they're actually calling it. Is it retrofitted or something like that? Something crazy. Nevertheless, the Grandma's Driveway colorway is dropping July the 20th. So that's this all over kind of, you know, green one. I think this is going to be a decent collaboration. I think they're going to, you know, debut this model and then drop a bunch of different GR colorways. I definitely want to try this model out. I don't know if I'll pick up the Nigel Sylvester version just because I know it's going to be very hard to get. It's supposed to be, I assume from the images, like a little bit more of an active version of the Jordan 4, so something that you can bike and skate in. It's a little bit lower profile and like more of a puffier tongue and ankle area, so it could be a more comfortable and cooler option for like everyday wear. We still don't have a firm release date on the Bad Bunny Adidas Gazelle Indoor. This is the black and white, or kind of like the OG Gazelle colorway. Now we had the San Juan, or the blue one, not even a full release yet, but like a bunch of different retailers dropped it. However, we haven't had an Adidas confirmed app release, and it seems to be a similar story for this pair. Like, I think a couple retailers have dropped it, but the main release I think is going to be happening in July. We get any more updates, I'll let you know. We got a brand new upcoming New Balance collaboration with Concept, which is very interesting. So they're bringing back the Seal colorway on the 1906U model. I didn't even know that there was a 1906U. In fact, I don't even really know what the 1906 and then the letter is at the end. They have the R, they have the N, and now it's a U. Like, what does that stand for? Let me know if you know down in the comments. So this colorway is going to be based off of the Concept's New Balance 999 Seal collaboration that they did. So it's got like the tan colors, the grays, and then the blues, which I think is really nice. And just from this image over here, it looks like it's going to be a really cool pair of 1906 R's. The materials look great. The colorway looks really, really good as well. But as of right now, this is like the only image that we have. We don't know what the release date is. We don't know the price of of it. So again, any more updates, I'll let you know. All right, it finally looks like we have somewhat of a release date for the upcoming Their Skateboards Nike SB Dunk Low, and apparently it's in August. So I can't remember when these were exactly released. Like, they were supposed to come June or July, and then it was September, and now it's, you know, back to August, which is, yeah, it's interesting, but nevertheless, we've got a ton of pictures of these things on foot. We even took a look at them on the channel. I think it's a really solid pair of dunks. It's not like anything insane, but it does have like a cool vibe with all of like the, I guess, scribbling or whatever these little images are on the upper. You got some really nice details with this giant lace debray. It definitely adds to it, and these also come with a ton of extra laces. So for the exact release date, it's going to drop through the Nike Sneakers app on the 2nd of August, and then at some point in August through obviously their Skateboards website, and then a bunch of different skate shops. We just got some really cool new images of the upcoming Kobe 5 X-Ray colorway. So these are going to be dropping this October for Halloween, and they are looking super clean. Something that we spoke about in the past, this takes inspiration from, you know, the Air Force Ones that have like the skeleton foot on the side that always drop for Halloween. So it looks like Nike's going to be swapping out that one for this pair. I really like this colorway, and a big bonus is that they actually glow in the dark, which again is kind of a theme that Nike has used on so many different Halloween releases, so very fitting. But it's not just the midsole that glows in the dark, it even looks like elements on the upper, and specifically the skeleton foot also glows in the dark. So that's really, really cool, and in this blue color looks phenomenal. This is probably one of the coolest looking Kobe's I've seen in a while. Some shots of them on foot. I just love the skeleton idea on the foot. In regards to the release, obviously Halloween drop, so probably around October 31st. Hopefully they do it like a little bit before, because then it can kind of be like, you know, you have it in time for Halloween. We got a little update on those G-Dragon Air Force Ones that are going to be dropping, something that we spoke about last week, but the Air Force One Paranoise 3.0. So we've got some better images. Last week it was like horrendous. Yeah, it was this image, which you can't really see much, but yeah, here they are in hand. It looks like we're getting some extra colorway, so it almost seems like there's going to be 4, unless they do what I'm hoping they are not doing, which is mismatched ones, which I'm not a big fan of. So what this image looks like is it potentially could be like a pink and then this teal color from left to right, and then the same thing over here, except now it's yellow and blue, which I hope these are 4 different colorways. Here you go, another shot of them up close. This one is relatively simple, just all over black upper. It has to have the wear away material, otherwise it's probably not going to be a Paranoid sneaker. They're looking cool. I'm a fan of this model. I had the white ones and I really liked them. In terms of release date, we don't have a specific one, just at some point this fall time. Sticking with Air Force Ones, Drake is back at it. He's going to be dropping 3 new colorways of his Nocta pair. I think they call this one the Certified Lover Boy. So we've spoke about this one and we thought it was going to be a 2-tone between like the light blue and the white, but it turns out they're probably going to be monochromatic in these kind of pastel colors. We're getting like a pink pair, we're getting maybe a restock of the white one as well, a yellow one, and then a purple pair. I would have liked to see the light blue. I think that's a really cool color for Nocta. So these are all going to drop full family size run spring 2025. So yeah, this is a Drake release for sure. We also got a release update for the upcoming Air Jordan 1 Low Oxidized Green, which is honestly looking pretty clean. It kind of has like this little bit of a distinguished look to it. So nothing crazy, just, you know, relatively plain, just a white upper, sail midsole, gum outsole, and then the oxidized green color, which I assume is going to be exactly the same as what we saw on the Jordan 4s that dropped recently. Now, a lot of people really liked those. I think it's an underrated pair of Jordan 4s. Like, the quality's great. They look really nice. These are actually going to be dropping relatively soon in August, I believe the 14th. But one of the absolute biggest pieces of news that we have got to talk about, this is unprecedented. It's pretty crazy that they're actually going to be doing this, but the undefeated Air Jordan 4 is going to be releasing next year. So if you don't know the history behind the undefeated Air Jordan 4s, it's basically one of the rarest and like most limited sneakers in history that resells for like $30,000 plus. I think they dropped 2005. There was like 70 something pairs, and yeah, they've become kind of like a legend in the sneaker industry. So this, bringing them back, is pretty insane. We do not see this very often. I think it's pretty crazy, and from what I can tell, again, it's like still early rumors, but from what I can tell, they're bringing this shoe back. They're not doing like some kind of colorway that looks like the undefeated 4s. I think they're doing a true collaboration and actually releasing it as like, you know, a release to the general public instead of being like limited to 70 pairs. It's a pretty massive deal. I know that there's, you know, there's so many people that would love to get their hands on these things for retail. As of right now, the release date is looking like it's going to be at some point summer 2025. I can't wait till we actually get some images of these things just to make sure that they are keeping it exactly the same and they're not changing anything up. But of course, as soon as we get those updates, I'll let you know. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section. Are you going to be after these, or is it just kind of like a meh for you? Right, we've got a little bit of Travis Scott news. So let's kick it off with the Jumpman Jacks. We've actually got a release date for them now. So October the 4th. This is specifically the Jumpman Jack Dark Mocha colorway. This is what they look like in hand. Pretty much very similar colors to like the OG Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott that, you know, had the black and the dark brown. And yeah, they're looking nice. Again, this is a pair of shoes that we've taken a look at over and over. We've got the white Jack text, which wears off underneath. $200 pair of sneakers dropping October the 4th. Let's keep it moving because we've also got another brown pair of Travis Scott's dropping. So guys, we've got yet another freaking Travis Scott Jordan 1 that's going to be dropping. This right here is the velvet brown colorway. That's right. On top of all of the other ones that we've seen leaked and rumored, it seems like Travis Scott and Jordan Brand are pushing heavy back into the Jordan 1. It's such a 180 from what we were like hearing last year. It was like, no, they're not doing any more Jordan 1 Travis Scott. And now suddenly we've got like 5, 6, maybe even 7 different ones that are going to be dropping like this year and next year. Either way, this velvet brown colorway, I've got to be honest, really not my favorite. Just straight up not my favorite colorway at all. So first of all, it's going to be covered in suede, which does kind of make it look like an SB Dunk, to be honest. Just that material where it's like all monochromatic. It's a very, very dark brown. Here's some shots of it kind of like in a little bit different lighting. Got the black Nike swoosh, and yeah, I'm just not really feeling the monochromatic vibes. Like if they just threw a white panel or a black panel somewhere, it could have looked a little bit better. But I mean, you know what's going to happen, guys. You know these things are going to be insanely hyped and impossible to get. I think as far as like, you know, the list, the rankings of Travis Scott sneakers, probably put the Black Phantoms over these, probably put quite a few over them. I think it might be my least favorite as of right now. Now these are going to be dropping spring 2025, so it looks like 2025 is pretty freaking stacked, like with undefeated 4s and freaking, yeah, there's a ton. Let me know what you think about these Travis Scott Jordan 1s. Do you think they're doing too much, and where does this line up? Is this at the bottom for you, or do you really, really like it? Now, speaking of 2025 releases, we've got another kind of update. So the white cement Jordan 4 is going to be returning. That's something that we have spoke about in the past, and it's actually going to be dropping May 2025 as confirmed by Z Sneakerheads. So here's a little mock-up of what they've done. Yeah, this is going to be like an OG release. I don't know if they're going to be making it reimagined or not. I think the jury's still out on that one, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I hope they do like just a regular white cement Jordan 4. We need that. Just, you know, don't do anything crazy with it. So according to Z Sneakerheads, it says that the shape will be improved closer to the OG this time around. So hopefully that is correct, and that is all they're kind of doing to it. It's going to be a regular release, maybe something similar to like the military blue 4s, which I'd be completely happy with. I'm definitely after this. I think a lot of people are going to be. It's going to be a pretty chaotic year next year in 2025. It's actually insane. One of my favorite collaborations over the past few years has been Nike and Sacai. They've put out some of my favorite sneakers of all time with like the LD waffle. The Vapor waffle is phenomenal, but I gotta be honest, they've been on a little bit of a L streak recently, and now they've got a new one that they've just teased at Paris Fashion Week, and this is the Zegamadome. So this is obviously going to follow Sacai's normal kind of thing where they basically merge like 2 sneakers into one. So the 2 pairs that this pair of sneakers is kind of, you know, combining together is the Nike Zegama 2 trail shoe, which I've never seen that one. I don't know what it looks like. And then also the Nike Lava Dome boot from 1989. Now, maybe if you're more into trail sneakers, you'll know those 2 because apparently those are pretty iconic sneakers. There's going to be a bunch of different colorways. We just took a look at the black one. We've got this kind of yellowish one over there. Yeah, it's a pretty wild one. It does have Zoom X in the midsole, and we know how comfortable Zoom X is, so I don't want to shoot these things down before I actually try them out, so we'll have to wait and see. But again, these were kind of unveiled at Paris Fashion Week, so this is probably going to be a 2025 drop. All right, let's talk about it. Nike bringing back the Off White the 10 collection. Now, it sounds freaking insane. It sounds like there's no way that's going to happen, and yes, there has been been a decent amount, quite a few rumors online, all talking about Nike bringing them back. But let's start off with Nike's stock price, because I think this is something that a lot of people are kind of referring to when they say Nike is going to bring back the Off White collaboration. So basically, Nike has hit like a freaking, it just dropped off the face of the earth in terms of their stock price. So Nike is not doing very well. You can see there's tons of freaking articles talking about like Nike stock tanks 20% to a 4-year low, why the sneaker giant is struggling. So what do they do about it? Do they keep on releasing the stuff that they've been releasing, you know, a bunch of Jordan 1s, a bunch of Dunks, a bunch of Jordan 4s, or do they kind of panic a little bit and bring back some of the stuff that they knew worked from the previous years? This is fully speculation zone. I just, you know, I want to talk about the rumors. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, so just I want to put that out there. But basically, we've got a bunch of different, you know, sources online saying it appears that Nike is planning to release more Nike Off-White sneaker collection pairs as early as 2025. One important thing which I think really changes the idea of this whole story, it says at the bottom, don't expect the 10 to re-release, just as a good representation of the Off-White collaboration. So basically, expect all of the stuff that we didn't see a release of, all of those samples like the canary yellow Jordan 1s, the bread Off-White Jordan 4s. We saw so many different sneaker models that were, I guess, samples or potentially going to release that we never actually got. That seems a little bit more likely to me, rather than actually restocking some of the actual 10 collection. And then we've got some more people saying that it's returning in 2027 for like a 10-year anniversary. Do I think this is likely? I don't think that they'll bring back the 10 collection. Do I think that they will bring some of those samples to life? I think that that could be a very likely possibility. But I mean, who knows? They're bringing back the undefeated Jordan 4s, which if you asked people before that information got leaked, everybody would have said, of course not. Nike would never do that. But here we are. Let me know down in the comment section, do you think Nike would bring back the Off-White 10 collection, or do you think that's just not happening? Speaking of companies struggling, Adidas has their own issues, specifically with one of their collaborations that they did put a lot of emphasis on, and that is the Fear of God one. So take a look at this. It looks like we've got a sale rack of Adidas Fear of God products that is going to hit. So basically, this is Jerry Leaks on Instagram. He does get a lot of inside information and is pretty accurate. He's just posted a bunch of screenshots of basically Adidas putting on sale the drop 1 and drop 2 of this Fear of God collaboration. That is pretty wild. But at the same time, like looking at these prices, this Fear of God sweater is dropping down from $470 to $141. This is crazy. Like they're dropping basically everything all on sale. Yeah, I think you guys got a little bit greedy with the price tags. Like it was so unnecessary for it to be this expensive. Everybody was expecting, you know, like normal pricing. Fear of God is not the most hyped brand anymore. It's going to be a hard, tough task to get, you know, $400 for a hoodie from someone when it's an Adidas Fear of God collaborations. That looks very, very similar to Essentials. We got the freaking slides down to $39 from 130. I mean, 130 for those freaking slides was one of the craziest things. $100 for the basketball Fear of God shoe. That's mental. So yeah, as of right now, this hasn't actually happened just yet. So this is kind of like something that's going to be happening very, very soon. By getting more updates on this, I will let you know. Sticking with Adidas, we got a bunch more Yeezys. Like a ton more silhouettes have now dropped on the Adidas website, all for 50% off. So it says over here, we got like 49 different models that have, you know, kind of, or models and colorways, but we've got like new colorways of the 380s that are available now. Of course, we've got the 450s, the compacts, and then we've got like a bunch more quantum colorways. This is all new stuff that they just, you know, quietly dropped throughout the week. And this is kind of like a trend that I think is going to continue to happen. More MNVNs, the laceless ones for $90, that's insane. So just wanted to update you on that. But this is also kind of like a warning. Keep your eye out for a lot of the other stuff, because as you can see, I'm on the Yeezy page and they've removed a lot of the other silhouettes that were still in stock, like the Yeezy Desert Boot and the Salt colorway, the Static 350s. Maybe they're going to prep for chucking them up at a discount as well. Final story, Yeezy is done. It is cooked. They took down the website. So I'm talking about, you know, Yeezy, the $20 Yeezy website. If you head to the website right now, it says Yeezy is no longer accepting online purchases. All existing orders will be fulfilled, and then it has like a little counter, 23,977 orders remaining, and then it has like a little timer over here. I haven't seen this number changed, the order remaining one, which is how quick are they working? I don't know. If you ordered from there and now they've shut down, I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, no more $20 Yeezy, which is a little bit unfortunate. Like, they were just, you know, kind of getting into the swing of things. We knew that they were going to be dropping a bunch of other stuff, but it doesn't seem like that's happening, or maybe they're pausing it. It sucks because I loved the idea of the $20 Yeezy stuff and I was hoping that it would continue. Either way, guys, we do this every single week. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these crazy updates that we keep on getting. If you want to check out another video, click that one right over there.